Hey everyone, and welcome to another deep dive. You guys are not going to believe what we're diving into today.
Buckle up.
Yeah, this one is wild. Okay, so we are talking about cutting-edge robotics. I'm talking about androids so advanced they can basically move just like we do.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible when you think about it. We've gone from those, the first robots where every movement was like clunky and jerky.
Oh, totally.
And now we're talking about things that can move with such fluidity and grace.
Yeah, and it's like every time I think I've seen the most advanced robot, they come out with something even crazier. So get this, the star of our show today is called Protoclone.
Protoclone.
It has, are you ready for this, 1,000 artificial muscles.
1,000.
And 500 sensors. We are not talking your average robot here, folks.
It really shows you how far we've come, right?
Yeah.
I mean, to even design something this complex, let alone build it and make it work.
It's mind-blowing. It is.
Yeah.
So today we're going to break down exactly how Protoclone works, why it's such a big deal, and what it could mean for all of us. So, are you ready to jump into the future?
Absolutely. Let's go.
Let's do it. Okay, so first things first, how does this thing even move? 1,000 artificial muscles, 500 sensors. How does that all work together to create such realistic movement?
Well, imagine this. Each of those muscles can be controlled so precisely that they can contract and relax, just like our own muscles. And then you have those 500 sensors, which are constantly feeding information back to the system.
Wow.
About Protoclone's position, its balance, everything that's going on around it.
So it's like it has this super-powered sense of touch.
Exactly.
It's feeling everything.
All that information is being sent back to the control system, and it can adjust on the fly.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so it's not just following some, pre-programmed set of instructions.
Right.
It's responding in real time to whatever's happening.
So we saw some footage of Protoclone walking on this super uneven surface.
Right.
And it was like seamlessly adjusting its gait just like a human would. It was insane.
And that's what makes it so unique. They call it a biomimetic control system.
Biomimetic.
Yeah, it's designed to analyze and copy human movement.
Yeah.
So all those sensors are not only, they're picking up like pressure and joint angles, but they're also factoring in like these tiny shifts in balance, even temperature variations.
Wow.
It's all about creating that smoothness and fluidity that we see when people move.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Right.
So it's not just about like brute force or, speed.
Right.
It's about replicating the nuance and finesse of human movement.
Precisely.
And that is a total game changer, especially when you think about robots working alongside humans.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Right.
And that's why you're seeing so much excitement about this. I mean, across so many different fields, from manufacturing to healthcare, people are realizing the potential here.
Okay, so we've talked about how it moves, but what makes Protoclone really stand out? Like, what sets it apart from, say, a robot designed for a specific task in a factory?
Well, the key is adaptability.
Okay.
It's not limited to one specific job or one environment. It can learn, and it can adapt to new situations, and that's what's so groundbreaking. We're not talking about automating those simple, repetitive tasks anymore.
Right.
We're talking about something that can handle much more complex, nuanced actions.
I mean, it's almost like we're blurring the lines between what we thought robots could do and what humans are capable of.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We're not just replacing humans on an assembly line.
Right.
This is about a whole new kind of collaboration.
Yeah.
Where robots and humans can work together.
Yeah, so this isn't just about taking jobs.
No.
It's about redefining how we work together.
Absolutely.
Okay, so this whole idea of protoclone learning, how does that actually happen?
That's where the AI comes in. Protoclone is powered by these really sophisticated neural networks.
Okay, hold on. Neural networks. I feel like we hear that term all the time these days, but
Yeah.
break it down for us. What's actually happening inside Protoclone's brain?
Okay, well, imagine a massive network of interconnected nodes.
Okay.
They're processing information, passing it back and forth, kind of like neurons in our brains.
Oh, wow.
And by feeding huge amounts of data about human movement into that network, we can train it to recognize patterns, to learn how to move like we do.
So it's not pre-programmed with a set of instructions?
Yo.
It's actually learning and refining based on the data it receives.
Exactly. And the more data it gets exposed to, the better it gets at moving like a human.
That's incredible. And you said they actually use motion capture data to train these neural networks.
Yeah, they've got massive data sets of human movement.
Wow.
Everything from basic walking to really intricate hand movements. It's all captured in amazing detail.
So it's literally learning by watching humans move.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I mean, we saw that footage of Protoclone navigating that obstacle course.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
And it was kind of unsettling.
Yeah, a little bit, right?
Yeah.
But the AI was using all that data from the sensors, predicting collisions and adjusting in real time.
Wow.
And the crazy thing is, it can apply that learning to new situations. It's not just memorizing a routine.
Yeah.
It's learning how to adapt and move in a way that's, well, it's pretty human-like.
You've officially blown my mind. This is next level stuff. So we've got this incredible machine that can move like a human and learn new tasks. Where does it go from here? What are the real-world applications of something this advanced?
Well, that's where things get really interesting.
Yeah.
And honestly, we're just scratching the surface. But first, let's just take a moment to really appreciate what Protoclone represents. I mean, the sheer scale of this technology is incredible.
Yeah. I think I need a minute to process all of this.
Let's do that. I know, right? It really is. But before we get ahead of ourselves and start talking about all the cool stuff Protoclone can do,
okay,
I think it's important to take a step back and look at the bigger picture.
Yeah, I agree. We've talked about how the incredible mechanics and the AI.
Yeah.
We've touched on the idea that Protoclone isn't just some cool gadget. This is like a potential game changer.
Right.
But where does it actually fit into our world?
Well, a lot of experts are saying this is more than just an evolution in robotics. They're calling it a paradigm shift.
Paradigm shift, huh? That sounds pretty dramatic. I mean, what makes this so different from, all the robots we already have in factories and warehouses?
Think about it. Those robots are really good at specific tasks. They're generally confined to these very controlled environments.
Right.
They're programmed to do one thing really well. And they don't really deviate from that. Protoclone, on the other hand, is designed to be versatile, to be adaptable.
So it's not just about replacing human workers with machines that can do the job more efficiently.
No, not really.
It's about creating this new kind of partnership where robots and humans can work together in ways we haven't even thought of yet.
Exactly. And that opens up so many possibilities. Take the manufacturing industry, for example. Right now, you have robots doing those really repetitive tasks on assembly lines.
Yeah.
But with Protoclone's dexterity and its AI, you could have robots working alongside humans, handling those delicate components, adapting to changes in the production process.
It's like having a super skilled assistant who never gets tired and can perform these tasks with incredible precision.
Right. And it doesn't stop there. Think about healthcare. Imagine Protoclone assisting surgeons in the operating room, providing physical therapy to patients, maybe even offering companionship to the elderly.
I've heard about those companion robots for seniors.
Yeah.
But something as advanced as Protoclone, that could make a real difference in their lives, especially for people who are isolated or need extra care.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And because it can learn and adapt to individual needs, you could have a level of personalized care that's just not possible with current robots.
Okay. I see where this is going. This is getting really exciting. But I think we have to address the elephant in the room. What about jobs? If robots start taking over all these tasks that humans currently do, what happens to the workforce?
That's a very valid concern. And it's a conversation we need to be having openly and honestly. There's no doubt that automation, including AI-powered robots like Protoclone, is going to have an impact on certain jobs.
Yeah, it's not hard to imagine a future where some jobs become obsolete.
That's true. But it's also important to remember that technological advancements have always disrupted the job market. Think about the printing press, the automobile, the computer.
Right.
They all led to huge shifts in the workforce.
So it's not like this is a brand new problem, but this time feels different somehow. Maybe it's because the technology is advancing so rapidly.
Yeah.
And AI just feels like this big unknown.
I think you're right. But just like those previous technological revolutions, this one also presents a huge opportunity. An opportunity to create new jobs and new industries that we can't even imagine right now.
So it's not just about losing jobs to robots, it's also about the potential for new opportunities, new careers that will emerge as this technology keeps evolving.
Exactly. And that's where education and retraining becomes so important.
Yeah.
We need to make sure people have the skills and the knowledge to thrive in this new landscape.
So instead of fearing the robots, we need to focus on adapting and learning new skills, basically becoming more robot-proof.
I like that robot-proof. And I think that goes beyond just technical skills. It's also about cultivating those uniquely human qualities that robots, at least for now, can't replicate.
Right.
Things like creativity, empathy, critical thinking, complex problem solving.
Yeah, those soft skills that are so hard to teach a machine.
Right.
It's about embracing what makes us human and using those strengths to our advantage.
It's about finding that balance between leveraging the power of AI and technology and nurturing our own human ingenuity.
This is pretty heavy stuff. I'm starting to feel like I need a degree in robotics just to keep up. But maybe we can lighten things up for a minute. What about the fun stuff? What about Protoclone's potential in the entertainment industry?
Oh, now that's a topic that gets me excited. Think about the possibilities. Immersive experiences, interactive storytelling, live performances with robots that can move and interact with the audience in ways we've never seen before.
I mean, it's like taking special effects to a whole new level. Instead of CGI characters, you have actual robots on stage performing alongside human actors or musicians.
Exactly. And because Protoclone is so adaptable, you could have these unique performances tailored to different audiences.
Yeah.
You could even have interactive shows where the audience influences what happens on stage.
Okay, now that's something I can get behind. It's not just about robots doing our jobs or assisting with surgery. It's about them enhancing our lives, entertaining us, pushing the boundaries of creativity.
Who knows, maybe someday we'll see Protoclone starring in a blockbuster movie or headlining a world tour.
Now that's a show I wouldn't want to miss.
Yeah.
But before we get carried away with all these futuristic possibilities, maybe we should circle back to something you mentioned earlier, the potential downsides.
You're right. It's easy to get caught up in all the excitement, but with any new technology, we have to remember that there are potential risks and challenges.
Yeah, so we talked about jobs. But what other concerns are there? What should we be thinking about as this technology becomes more widespread?
Well, one thing that comes to mind is AI decision-making. As these robots become more autonomous and they're able to make decisions on their own, we really have to think about the ethical implications.
AI decision-making. So we're talking about robots like Protoclone becoming more autonomous and being able to make their own decisions.
Right, and that raises some really big questions like, how do we make sure those decisions align with our values as humans? You know, what happens if a robot makes a mistake? Who's responsible for that?
Yeah, it's like that classic question, can you program ethics into a machine? And even if you could, whose ethics are we talking about?
Exactly. It's a super complicated issue, and there are a lot of smart people working on it right now. You know, researchers and ethicists are really grappling with these questions.
It feels like we're stepping into this unknown territory. I mean, the line between science fiction and reality is getting really blurry.
I think that's a great way to put it. We're on the verge of this huge technological revolution. And like with any revolution, there's going to be a period of, adjustment and uncertainty.
Yeah. So how do we navigate this new world? What can we do to prepare for a future where AI and these advanced robots are just everywhere?
Well, first of all, I think it's crucial to stay informed. Learn about these technologies, understand how they work, and don't be afraid to talk about them and their potential impact.
So basically, don't just ignore it and hope it goes away.
Exactly. The more we understand about these advancements, the better equipped we'll be to shape the future we want. Knowledge is power.
Yeah, so it's not about becoming robotics experts overnight. It's about staying curious and engaged.
Exactly. And it's about asking questions. The tough questions, like what are the benefits? What are the risks? How do we use these technologies responsibly and ethically? How do we prepare for the changes they're going to bring to our economy and our society?
So we need to have these conversations now before it's too late, before the technology is so advanced that we've lost control.
Absolutely. We need to be proactive. We need to be thinking about the ethical and societal implications, and we need to start now.
Okay, so to sum it up, stay informed, ask questions, be part of the conversation.
That's a great way to put it.
I think that's a pretty good roadmap for this whole new world we're heading into.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And always remember, technology is a tool. It's up to us how we use it.
Okay, folks, that wraps up our deep dive into the world of Protoclone and advanced robotics. It's been an incredible journey. I don't know about you, but I'm feeling kind of a mix of excitement and maybe a little bit of nervousness about what the future holds.
It's a lot to take in, but that's what these deep dives are all about, right? We explore these complex topics together, we weigh the pros and cons, and hopefully we all come away with a better understanding of the world around us.
And I think we've definitely done that today. We've learned about the incredible things this new technology can do. We've talked about how it could change industries and the ethical challenges we need to be thinking about.
We've talked about the amazing possibilities and the potential pitfalls. And I think the big takeaway here is the importance of staying informed and engaged and being a part of this conversation as it unfolds.
Absolutely. So as we sign off, I want to leave you with this thought. The future isn't something that just happens to us. It's something we create. And the choices we make today will determine what our world looks like tomorrow.
So keep exploring, keep asking questions, and keep imagining. Because the future is full of potential, and it's up to us to make it something truly remarkable.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. Until next time, keep those minds curious and those imaginations firing.